Hi everyone, my name is Steve Hiles and I want to share my backstory that led me to be passionate about woodworking. As a kid, we'd often go down to our grandparents just about every weekend. When I think back to those times, it brings such sweet memories of our visits. I can still smell the aroma of Grandma's fresh-baked cobbler coming from the kitchen. Down in the basement, Grandpa would be working on some wood project. I remember spending countless hours just watching Grandpa work his magic, turning a chunk of wood on a lathe into a work of beauty. It fascinated me seeing him work with a jigsaw, a miter box, and cutting wood on a table saw. There's something about the smell of wood being cut that I enjoyed. I loved watching Grandpa's wood projects come to life. I wanted to be just like him, and he was my hero. I hope one day I was to be as good a woodworker as he was. He was truly gifted. Grandma's cabinets, kitchen table and chairs, shelves, and so much more were crafted by Grandpa. If I could be just half as good as he was, that would be something. But as a 10-year-old kid, I obviously couldn't purchase any of the power equipment, much less being able to actually use it. Even still, way down deep inside of me, my hope and dream was to be the kind of master craftsman that my granddaddy was. So, in the meanwhile, I read all I could about anything and everything woodworking. It wasn't until I was a freshman in high school that my chance came to take woodshop classes. I learned everything I possibly could about every type of machine in the shop and studying various design plans. I'd volunteer to help out my shop teacher if he needed something to be done. I continued taking shop all through high school. Still, I was not 1/10 as good as Grandpa was. All through my woodshop experience in high school, I managed to make whatnot shelves, a wooden newspaper basket, and a couple of end tables. All the while, this proved to me that with more and more practice turning out wood projects, I could eventually create even more elaborate projects. The problem that I would often run into when getting woodworking self-help books was that oftentimes the plans would be incomplete. In other words, leaving out entire steps or leaving one to guess what would come next. Sometimes the instructions set forth would just naturally assume that you would know what to do next, as if, I was some kind of an expert. Then one afternoon, I was researching woodworking projects online, and I ran across an ad about Ted's woodworking plans. Well, I decided to give this a try to see if what they were saying was true. I was pleasantly surprised. What I found was the plans were very detailed in nature. They basically took you by the hand and presented the material in a step-by-step fashion. The best part about it was that the plans did not make any assumptions. Now that is what I wanted all along. It wasn't long after purchasing the course that I completed the picnic table and some bench seats. For someone who is not a master craftsman by any stretch, that was my crowning moment. I think Grandpa would have been proud. All said and done, I still consider myself to be a student of woodworking. I still have a long ways to go to be as good as my granddaddy was, but I'll just keep plugging away. In the end, if someone like me can make beautiful wood projects, then I know anyone who loves woodworking can. I learned that one does not need to be a master craftsman to make gorgeous furniture. If you have a positive mindset, perseverance, and of course, grab a copy of Ted's woodworking plans, you will excel. So I encourage you to click on the button below and grab you a copy of Ted's woodworking plans and see for yourself. You'll be glad that you did. Have a great day.